Hey everybody, it's Michael Costanza with Seven Lights again, and we are here in Johns Creek at the Chateau Cigar Lounge. It is a great place, about 30 minutes outside of Georgia. So like if you're traveling down through here, there's a great place to stop, have some cigars, and a great little environment. You know, hey, there's lots of stores around here, so if you need to drop your wife off, let her get her nails done, you know, or if she likes having cigars, they got a great selection of cigars in here. But we are going to go in and check it out. So come on, Stella, let's go. Hey, Stacy.
Hello.
Hey, Michael Costanza.
Nice to meet you.
Hey, thank you for allowing Stella and me here.
Absolutely.
For Cigar Stella and me. And so tell me about this place. This is a great looking place.
Thank you. We've been open about 8 months. We were like 4 miles up the road, about 12 years. And this is the third owner. We've been here through all three. So this is quite the upgrade compared to the last place. We now have a full bar, much larger humidor, much bigger space, outdoor patio, and lots more to come.
Excellent. So I've heard a lot of great things about this place. Like you have a Monday night football kind of thing going on during the season.
Yes, we just wrapped that up with one of our regulars, Terrence Mathis, former Atlanta Falcon. He's been a regular of ours, good friend for a long time, and he hosted our Monday nights, and he would have surprise guests every Monday, so you never know who was going to show up. It was always a lot of fun.
Excellent. Sounds fun. So, and I also heard a rumor that you were also in the industry, the film industry.
Yes, I was.
Yes.
For 18 years, I did makeup and hair for film, television, photography, commercials, you name it. But I retired when COVID happened and started this full-time job, and it's been the best decision I've ever made.
So what made you want to get into cigars?
Actually, I started doing part-time work with Chateau 12 years ago with one of my photographers that I worked with. He was a cigar aficionado, and he's like, why don't you come here and get a job, part-time? I'm like, why not? Because we were always meeting in cigar bars, and I think it was Daryl, the first owner, that hired me on 12 years ago, and then the rest is history.
Wow, excellent.
Yeah.
That is awesome. So, well, I think there needs to be more ladies in the cigar industry.
We are working on that. I do have a handful of ladies coming in, but I want to get even more. So I'm trying to get like a women's night, a women's group started, something where they meet weekly, monthly, a wine night, something like that. It's still a lot in the works, so we have
excellent.
So we're going to get better from here.
Yeah. So what kind of wines you have?
We've got a decent selection. It's still growing, and I use one of my regulars, Cheryl, to help guide me on what we need to order. But right now we've got Wyoming, Alamos, Sea Glass, 14 Hands, and then some. So yeah.
So basically, you got every situation covered.
A little bit, yeah. Right now, and it's gonna get better from there. So it's still a learning curve with having to manage a bar, full bar.
Yeah. Well, it looks like a really nice bar.
Well,
and
thank you.
What's that metal? I mean, it's got cigars on it. The metal.
Yes,
the metal
those
plates?
were our old lockers from the old shop, and we repurposed them into the bar here.
That's awesome.
Another one of our regulars, Brian Cowling, who was the guy that made all this happen. He did the complete renovation. He was the brainchild behind that. So yeah, we have some in the humidor, some as our register stand, and we work them into the bar. So
that's really
a little bit of the old with the new.
That's really nice. So so what are your busy days? So how's it
Honestly, it's here and there. I mean, Thursday nights are poker night. That's always a really big night. Monday nights with Terrence, also really big. During the daytime, which is usually when I'm here, we have a lot of folks working remotely. So if you have that luxury to be able to work remotely, do it from here. Why not? Have a cigar and drink. Makes it a lot better.
Very nice. And so you have poker night. So
yes, Thursday night poker. It's a $10 buy-in, and then the top 2 winners use their credits in the humidor. So they'll go home with like $200-300 worth of cigars.
Very nice.
Not a bad haul. Yeah.
Any ash contests?
Not yet. We actually had our Septimo rep in, and he did an ash contest, and that's a really good idea. I don't know why I haven't done that yet. That's a good one. A
big ash is a good thing.
That's right.
Unless you have an ash reduction, then it's bad. So well, I appreciate you letting us in there.
Well, thank you so much
So
for
now,
coming in.
who do I need to go in there and see about the cigars?
I have tobacconists on staff. Jason Sobey is fantastic reference. He knows so much about cigars.
Excellent. Well, then I'm going
Makes
to go
me
in
look
there
bad
and see
sometimes.
Jason and then get a cigar and come back out here. And
Yeah, he will help you pick out the perfect smoke.
awesome.
I recommend Dunbar.
Dunbar. Hey, thank you so much for allowing us to be here.
Thank you so much for coming in.
All right. Excellent. Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. I'm Michael.
Jason.
Jason, nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you.
So what do you do here?
Well, I'm a tobacconist, and I work behind the bar too, but basically a tobacconist gives recommendations based on what people say they like, whether they're new to cigars or they've been smoking forever.
Excellent.
Yep.
So how long have you been here?
I've been here 4 years now.
4 years?
Yep, we used to have a location up the street, and we moved here, so I stuck around with it.
Yeah, well, show me around your humidor. This is great looking. I love the door over there. That's awesome.
Yes, that's actually the door that we took from the old shop that was part of the locker room. Actually, really, that's why it used to be called the Chateau Wine and Cigar Bar, and we changed the name to the Chateau Cigar Lounge.
Nice. That looks really cool.
So when you start in the humidor, typically we start over here with Perdomo. It's an outstanding brand for new people and people that are pretty experienced in cigars. If someone were to come in for the first time and say that they don't know what they want, or they know someone smokes light cigars, but they don't know exactly what they smoke, we give them the Perdomo 10th Anniversary Champagne. That's going to be the lightest cigar I'd say we have in the whole humidor, but it's a delicious one, and it won't make you sick. That's the good thing we have, the good thing about that. Over here, we have a well-known brand, Cohiba, the Riviera, the Blue, and one of my personal favorites is the Weller. So this particular one is aged in bourbon, in Weller bourbon barrels. And as it really is, and it has a phenomenal flavor too. So that's definitely worth a shot. Moving on to over here, you have well-known brands like Monte Cristo, Monte Cristo, Romeo and Juliet. Now these sell really, really well. And I want to talk about one thing in particular. The company AJ Fernandez, since we're over here by Romeo, does a collaboration with Romeo and Juliet. And so you have your regular Romeos right here, and then you have your collaborations with AJ Fernandez. And I got to tell you, these are honestly some of the best cigars in the entire humidor. Wow. Anytime AJ gets his hands on stuff, it gets really good. At the same note, we have Monte Cristo by AJ Fernandez as well. And over there we have H. Upmann by AJ Fernandez, which is, so if we come over here, that is genuinely my favorite, one of my favorite cigars in the whole humidor. It's a good flavor. It's not bland at all. It's not too peppery. It's just right in the middle. And
not a bad price.
Not
either.
at all. Not at all.
I mean, that's really nice.
And I've never gotten bad feedback on it at all.
Nice. And I see the sweet cigars. Everybody's going to the Deadwoods.
Yes, the Deadwood cigars, the Leather Rose, the Fat Bottom Betty. Not my personal brand of cigars that I enjoy, but they sell really well. And in my opinion, flavored cigars, if you don't want to go to a mild cigar yet, flavored cigars are a great way to start.
Oh, yeah. I got my editor started smoking cigars, and that's how I got him started. And he won't smoke anything else. And he's like, I don't care if you make fun of me. I love these. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's great. And so he's always at the cigar shop with me smoking them. So it's good to have them there. And they do, I love the artwork. The artwork on their binders are amazing.
Yes, they do a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
I got to say that these typically are more just sweet than flavored, in my view. If you're really looking for flavored themselves, we have the Tatiana series and the Java series. The Tatiana has honey, grape, cognac, chocolate, pumpkin spice, and vanilla cream. And I got to tell you, just the names alone make it sound really good. And most of the time you can smell it right through the wrapper, and that sells itself. It really does.
So another pumpkin spice takeover.
Yeah. Yes, I could say that's probably true.
Nice. Excellent. Yeah, I mean, you've got a lot of great cigars, and it's funny how, going from cigar shop to cigar shop, there's some similarities, but there's a lot of different stuff that, that's really nice.
Well, over time, too, we've also picked up on, you can bring in stuff and find out it just doesn't sell.
Yeah.
In our particular area. So we finish off that box and then we take it out of the humidor. But typical stuff, you'll probably find Oliva, Rocky Patel, Padron. Those tend to be standard brands you see around everywhere. Plasencia would be another great example. And then some of the stuff we really enjoy here, anything by Dunbarton, for instance, the Sober Mesa Brulee is one of my
I've never seen those in other stores.
I haven't seen them either until we brought them in. I got to tell you, between the darker and the lighter ones, I take this is called the Brulee. I'd take that any day because it has a sweet, creamy flavor to it. It's not a sweet tip cigar. It just has a little bit of a sweetness to it.
Wow. And then the LFDs I've never seen.
Really?
Yes.
So that's La Flor Dominicana. And those are obviously Dominican cigars.
Yep.
Mostly well-known is probably the Andalusian Bull, which if you happen to find it, I'd strongly recommend you get it because it's just a hard one to find.
Right.
That costs that in the price range of about $25. For what it's worth, if you can't get that particular one, our rep from LFD did tell us the next closest one would be the 25th anniversary. But they offer some great stuff. I'd say that out of all the darker brands, they're in the top tier of being able to produce the best Maduros or the double Ajeros. I'm a big fan of all of their stuff.
Nice.
They do have one that's about this big, called the Digger. And it's a Gordo gauge, and it's about this big, and I can probably smoke that down in about an hour and a half.
Wow, and that's some smoking.
And another thing that's cool too is that they also offer what's called the chisel. So this is a Chapter 2, and you also have a similar one that's a Chapter 1. It's basically just a different style of cigar. In fact, when you cut it, you punch it on this side right here, and then on this side right here. You don't actually cut the end off.
Wow.
Yeah, I learned that from one of our guests, actually.
That's interesting. So I see a lot of these metal containers. Is that from the old building also?
Yes, these were the lockers themselves. That was the door to the locker room, and these were the lockers.
Those are cool lockers.
Yep. And then we also have them, you can't see it from here, but in the racks where the liquor is, the walls are the doors from those containers. Yep.
So I smoke Fuentes, and I see that you don't have many Fuentes.
No, we don't.
Do they not do well here?
No, they do phenomenally, actually. The problem is when we place an order, we're at their mercy.
Yeah.
We really are. And they send us what they send us. And sometimes the most popular stuff gets sold out really quick, like whatever that little one is called.
With the cedar wrapped?
Yep.
The Chateau?
Yep.
Yep, that's the one I like.
Yep.
Yes.
Or the Work of Art, for instance, is another one that's one of the greatest ones I've had. The Short Story was the one.
The Short Story,
yes.
yes.
You get those
the
in.
Story.
You get those in, they're gone in a week and a half.
Yeah, and I guess the fire didn't help when they lost a warehouse.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that, but I wasn't. Yeah, but you're right.
So this is Miss Stella. She loves smoking cigars with me. So, well, knowing what I smoke, the Chateau cedar, a Connecticut wrap. What would you suggest? This is your place. Give me something different.
What probably, so if let's say you like that, what is another brand you would happen to like?
I've tried Cohibas, I've tried Romeo and Juliet, Caesar. I'm really interested in that Cohiba you were talking about.
The Weller, yeah.
That one kind of has my interest.
I would probably give that a shot. I mean, the cool thing about Weller is, it's part of the Buffalo Trace brand, which is also, as people probably know, part of the is also Pappy Van Winkle. So that's one of the reasons that I do enjoy that cigar. But for someone who smokes Chateaus, you consider that a darker or a lighter one?
I consider that a lighter one, but then I also smoke Opus X's, and Julius Caesar, which is a darker tobacco. So
given that you smoke some stuff on the dark side and some stuff on the light side, what I would actually recommend is one of these collaborations by AJ.
Okay.
The Monte Cristo tends to be the darkest of the collaborations, but the Romeo and Juliet and the H. Upmann fall right in the middle.
Yeah, let's go with the Romeo and Juliet.
No, sounds good.
All right, excellent.
And one more thing I did want to show, if you come down here, by Macanudo, it's called the Flint Knoll. We were really excited to bring this in because unlike the other Macanudos we have, these were actually aged in Cabernet Sauvignon barrels. And that was actually the first time I've heard of a cigar that was aged in a cab barrel. So those do really, really well. I think it's a great idea for people to try them because they just have a great flavor to them, especially if you like red wine. So really, like I said, there's not a bad thing in the entire humidor. Basically what we do is we talk to you about what you smoked in the past, darker, or even if you don't know exactly what it is, we ask darker or lighter wrappers, and we go from there.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to enjoy this Romeo and Juliet, and I'm also going to get one of these white labels and try that out.
Awesome.
So,
and as a recommendation, if you happen to find a cigar that you really, really like, don't throw the band away. Keep it with you, and regardless of where you bring it, just take it with you so you can show the tobacconist what it is, because then if we can look that up, we can find something very similar.
Nice. Excellent. That's a good point. Hey, thank you for showing me around in here, and I'm going to step out and smoke one of these cigars.
Great. Thank you.
All right. So first impression. It's nice. A little peppery. I like it. So it's got a nice flavor, nice taste. So we'll see how it keeps going. What do you think, Stella? It goes great with any Celsius that you have. Celsius, the drink of champions. Come on, Celsius. Hit me up. I'm waiting for that sponsorship. You know you want to. So we got here kind of early, and people were still already here. And there's already like 10 people here at this place, and it's basically the afternoon. People are coming in here and working, like she says. They work remote. They're in here doing work, having a cigar, and enjoying themselves. So this is really a great community place. You know, the owner told me a great line. He said, "I thought I was going to be selling cigars, but really I'm selling community." And that's one thing I love about cigar shops, is when you come to a cigar shop, no matter where it is across the country, it's a lot of individuals that are just sitting, despite all of their different beliefs and everything, they can sit down, enjoy a cigar together, and enjoy a talk. It's how we should be. And so it's like golf for those that don't golf, and you can sit and chat with people and have a great time. And that's what this is about. That's why Stella and me are going to all the cigar places. Cigars, Stella and me, and we're going to show everybody. Cigar shops are a great place to meet people and meet your community, hear stories from individuals that are older. You know, I started 20 years ago going to cigar shops, and the stories of these elderly men, what they had gone through and done, is just amazing, and the things that you can learn. It's a great way to learn history in an exciting way. So check out your local cigar shop, and when you're traveling, go see a cigar shop. You know, these are all individual owned small businesses, and let's support them, because without community, we have no way of learning about each other. 7L.